Hi, my name is Bob Royer. I want to show you the Steinway & Sons Model M 5'7" grand piano. This is an exquisite find. It was built in 1953, and I'll tell you a little bit about that age in a minute, but let me just show you the veneer quality of these pianos in this era was just exquisite. This is a walnut satin. Everything's original. It has not been refinished, did not need to be refinished. Let me tell you what I look for and what's so important in knowing about your piano. This has no shims, no compression cracks, no splits, whatever you want to call them, anywhere in the soundboard here. It's in excellent condition. And here again, it's all original. This came out of a house. I encourage anybody, if they're interested, to hire an independent piano technician if you'd like. But if you look at the hammers, and I do have individual pictures of this piano. Everything is original and in mint condition. Let me tell you about 1953. Oh, and incidentally, these are all the original ivories. This is really sharp. And I'll tell you, you know, ivory has this little grab to it as opposed to plastics, right? If your fingers, if you're playing any length of time, they'll perspire a little bit and it'll slide. This has a little grit to it. But if you close your eyes and you're playing an ivory feel, I mean, it really does feel different than a plastic action. But this has the original ivories, none have been replaced. If you're looking at Steinway Grands, I'll tell you that from 1962 to 1982, Steinway used Teflon bushings. And you can Google it if you'd like, but they had an agreement with DuPont, and it basically is a plastic, if you will, bushing. And what happens if the humidity got to be real dry, the part would actually click because the action would decrease in volume, and then those little bushings would click, and there's many of them around. So a lot of people, when I would have I remember I had a Model B, a 6'10.5" Model B that had Teflon. People wouldn't even look at it. And then we ended up replacing the Teflon. They still didn't want it because of that era. It was like 1981. So they did away with it. But that whole era is a little tainted. You'll hear all different kind of, oh, it's not that bad or what have you. This does not have it. So 1953 was before the era. It's after World War II. That's when they really were still really hand building these pianos to perfection. Not very many people bought grand pianos in the 50s. It just was grand pianos did not get real popular until the 70s when people had really big houses, and they were what a lot of people would call them trophy buyers. They would just buy a grand piano to make their house look good. This is the original bench. We did put a new top on it. The other one is just outdated. So this has a new top. That's the only thing we actually really replaced on the whole piano. All the casters, the logo, the keys, the hammers. This is just a real find. I know of two pianos the same era that sold for $34,000 within $1,000 at two Steinway dealers, and it was no better than this piano. And we're asking $10,000, more than $10,000 less than that. So if you're interested, we can talk, but this is as good as any piano that any Steinway dealer would have, and we're not asking over $30,000 that every Steinway dealer, I know many of them, would ask for this piano. So we're asking around $20,000. So good luck, and this is a real find. Thank you.